Hello, everyone. Certainly appreciate you taking the time to listen to that virtual presentation. Sometimes after presentations, I get a moment where I can interact with the audience and get to talk on a little bit more of a personal level. I've always had people ask me about what happened to my friend Jesse, and I'm going to tell you, my friend Jesse, awesome guy. That night when we passed that white minivan, he had put his seatbelt on because neither one of us was wearing it at the time. And he clicked his seatbelt on right when we hit that other car, and that seatbelt has saved my friend's life. But I do know that Jesse, he went through a lot in his life because that's a traumatic experience. He saw a lot. He wished he would have done something different. The house that we left, there was girls there that wished they would have never let us leave. There's just endless people that truly were impacted in such a bad way because of that night. So I always try to address that with people and let people know. We have a lot of people in our life where we try to ask to do something better and they don't want to do it. But sometimes we got to fight a little harder for it. I still find people today that I know that seem to think that they're fine after drinking, and it's definitely not fine. So try to be vocal about stuff, and that's all I can say is you can try your best on that, and at least as a person you're trying to prevent them to go through what you just went through. And then I wanted you to meet. Here's Oscar. Say hi, Oscar. He's got a couple of dogs, two wonderful kids, Madison and Zachary, and a wife, Jennifer. And, we're all in this together. But you do know that that past choice I made over 20 years ago, and it absolutely affects my kids' lives right now. They're 8 and 9 years old. And it's never an easy conversation talking about how their dad's been in prison. So, a lot of that, it won't happen to me or any of that other stuff. You got to wash that out of your head and be just cautious. But also, remember to have fun in life too. I got to take time whenever I can to go fishing or go do something that I enjoy doing. Because we got to be happy. If not, then I believe that we'll search in the wrong places. So it's important for us to be interested in hobbies, find things that that we like doing, and volunteer for things when you get a chance. When some of this pandemic blows over and life starts to get back to normal, if you feel like you can do something for an organization or a person or something, I'd encourage doing it. Makes you feel better. You're helping people, but it makes you feel better too. And the last thing I'm going to end this with is I had a lot of struggles when I got out, just trying to adapt, trying to learn things, trying to figure out. I felt so far behind. I had friends that were decades ahead of me, I felt like, and the reality is I couldn't catch up to where they were at. I had to live my life right now, like what I have. And in the process, I had some pretty hard times. I was out speaking a lot, sharing my story. I felt good that I was doing something good, but I felt horrible about reminding myself day in and day out what I did and how that affected the people around me. So I'm going to tell you, I eventually went to a counselor, and I sat down with her, and she asked me how long I'd be, how long do you think this would take? And I told her at least 6 to 8 months I'd need to at least come to try to get things straight in my head, to try to learn how to cope with stuff. I know not every person always has all the resources to find, counselors, and that stuff costs money, and sometimes people think it doesn't make sense. And listen, I'm a guy that never really believed in all of that, but what I'm going to tell you is I did find someone. She's an amazing person. Located up in Marietta area, and she addressed my problem. I didn't have to talk about a whole lot other than, just tell her a couple things, tell her the main things I was dealing with, and she taught me some meditation tactics that have truly helped me. It helped me put away whenever I have those bad feelings, helped me kind of compartmentalize those things, put them away, and start focusing on the things that made me happy. So there's a lot of different apps out there for meditation, and sometimes it's hard to find quiet time to do that, but find a quiet place. And if you just take 5 minutes just to yourself and learn some breathing tactics, learn how to get kind of decompress and get some of that stress out of your life and all those worries, and start focusing on what's good, and just spending that little bit of time, I will promise you it'll do you wonders. It has helped me beyond belief. So I'm going to end it with that. And once again, thank you so much for just taking the time to listen to me as you wrap up this journey and move into your next phase. Take care.